Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about a letter system I built for a personal project of mine. This game I'm working on takes place towards the end of World War II in German-occupied Poland. And it's a survival horror similar to the Resident Evil franchise. And the letters are extremely important and essential for figuring out information about your surroundings, the enemies you're facing, getting passwords to doors and combinations to safes and things like that. So extremely important stuff. So I needed to build a system that allowed me to scatter letters throughout the world and quickly and easily change the information inside of them. I also wanted the ability to have the letters written in German, as you would expect to find, because the player character is an American who's sent into this facility to investigate. And you would naturally discover the letters in German, right? They wouldn't be in English. So I have the ability for the letters to show up in German, and then if you find a dictionary and have that in your inventory, the letters will then read in English. I also wanted the ability to add encryption to it. For example, maybe the people inside the facility writing the letters realize that there's a spy in their facility and they decide to start using encryption in their letters. So now the player has to go find an encryption machine and different encryption keys to be able to decipher the letters. Now in this video, I'm not going to go so much into the blueprint side of things, just because most of it is interacting with the inventory system I have set up and the widgets that display the letters and all that. So if I were to go into that, it would be a very long video, but I just wanted to show off the functionality of it and some of the customization options I've included. So without further ado, let's get into it. So inside my letter blueprint, I have a letter data struct that contains a bunch of information related to the letter. That would include the letter ID number, a texture for the letterhead image, the title of the note, a date, whether or not the letter is in German, whether or not it's encrypted, and then I have some text options. So if it is in German, I could specify German text down here. English text for when it's translated, and also encrypted text. So it doesn't actually encrypt the letter, it just gives you an option to add some more text. So this is just fake encryption. I just put a bunch of letters in there and make it look like it's encrypted. Aside from that, if it is encrypted, you can select an encryption key that is required to have in your key inventory in order to be able to decrypt the letter. So it's just a data table, my game keys, and I could select which key I want that will decrypt that specific letter. And we'll get more into that in a bit. I'm still working on this. This is still messing around with it, but I can include pictures as well if I hit the check mark here, and it'll allow me to add 4 different pictures at the end of the letter. But yeah, let's dive into it a little bit further now. So as of right now, the letter will display in English because I don't have German selected. I don't have encryption selected. It will show this letterhead, this title, this date, and it will show the English text down here. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, there's the title, Dr. Zek Notes. Okay, letterhead, and then we have the English text, we have the date. Beautiful. Okay, if I come into my letter inventory, there it is right there. I can re-access it. Okay, now if I wanted to come and say change the date on this, let's set this to something like, I don't know, 2024. You'll see that it responds, okay? And it's the same is true for the text and everything else. Let's change the letterhead. Well, let's maybe just put the date back first. Now, I don't have another great letterhead. This one's kind of rough, but it'll kind of get the idea across. So I just changed that. Now we have a slightly different letterhead, okay? It's not the greatest, but it's if you get a good image in there, you could swap them out and have different letterheads. Let's put that back. We're going to select is in German. So now it will by default show the German text unless you have a dictionary in your inventory. So I have a dictionary over here, and I'll show you what that process looks like. So we'll grab the note, It's in German. Don't know how to read it. Unless you're a German speaker, then if that's the case, you know, you're good to go. But this character is an American spy, so he's not gonna necessarily know this. And if we try to access it, it's still in German, okay? But later on through gameplay, when we discover a dictionary, and it's in our inventory, now the letter will read in English. We'll be able to decipher it. Also, we have the ability to add encryption. So let's select that. So now it's first going to check to see if you have an encryption machine. And then once you have the encryption machine, you're going to need the correct encryption key to be able to decipher that image. So as the game progresses, they may start changing the keys that are used to encrypt their letters. So you may have the encryption machine, but you still have to find the correct key for the letter. So let's see how that looks. We'll leave German selected too on the letter so that once we do decrypt it, it's now in German, and we need the dictionary to be able to translate it even further. So let's take a look at that. Okay, we have our encrypted letter. We can't make any sense of it. Double check the inventory. Still encrypted, okay? Here's our Enigma machine. So we have that in our inventory. But the letter is still encrypted, and that's because we don't have the encryption key. Okay. So now we have the encryption key. We could see it in our key menu. There it is right there, decryption key for A1 algorithm. And now that letter won't be encrypted anymore. It should be in German. And there it is. Okay. And then we can further go ahead and grab the dictionary. And now the letter will read in English. Okay, so it provides an interesting layer to the letter system and the ability to have to go and investigate further and find decryption keys and all this fun stuff. And right in the letter, you can set the decryption key, encryption key right here. It's a data table, game keys. I just select the key. And this is looking for decryption key A1, which is what this is. If I were to change that, then this key would not work to decrypt that letter. So currently everything we've done with the letter is being done inside the custom letter data variable. We have custom letter data set to true, and then if that's set to true, it's going to ignore the data table, and it's just going to select from this struct here. If we turn that to false though, and expand this, we can actually select a data table and pull letter data from that. So let me just open up this data table right here and show you what that is. So this is a data table of different letters. So if I have a bunch of different letters, I could pre-write them all in here. I don't have to create separate blueprints. I just store all the information inside of this data table. Here's one letter. There's the German, the English, and all that stuff. There's another letter. For example, this is game controls. So you can quickly just, instead of writing the custom letter data, come here and select which letter you want to use. So let's just take a look at that. I'm going to select this one. Okay, it's in German. Let's just go grab the dictionary. Cool. Okay. Let's maybe change that again. Let's do the basic controls. This will show you just information about how to play and how to, like, what to press. There's the basic information right there. So I don't need to go in and individually set each letter. I could just drop letters all over the place, and as long as I have the information in a data table, I could pull that right from here. And that's pretty much the gist of things. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.